Hi, friends, and welcome to Midnight Madness by Eric. It's actually about 1 in the morning, quarter to 1. I went to bed pretty early last night. Making myself some coffee. But, I expect this will be a pretty short stream, really. Before I go back to bed. I'm on a little bit of a miniature sleepy week here. If you're thinking to yourself, hey, Eric, what's up with that Marty video you promised on Monday? Well, you should know by now that I'm not good with timetables like that, okay? I will get it done, for sure. It's not like... Sorry, Mr. Spider, but you had to go. Obviously, I'm not a fan of killing things, even spiders, but that spider was too big to be allowed to persist. So anyway, I definitely will get that Marty video done. If not by the end of this week, well, then definitely the beginning of next week, because on Monday I get a new bottle of Adderall, so... Hi, Fly Guy. Early morning clarity. Is that what this is? I think part of the reason why I'm maybe not sleeping ultra soundly links to the fact that tonight, anyway, links to the fact that tomorrow we close escrow on that house. I mean, it's a done deal. We sent the money and everything, so we just get the keys tomorrow. It's a little bit of a kind of a big event, you know. Call it that, I guess. So anyway, it was like 6:30 p.m. last night. I was feeling like, oh man, I could go to bed already, but I stayed up till like 8. Got about 4.5 hours before I got up here. I was trying to go back to sleep, but I was just... Taz's turn Todd and the Tossy turns, you know. Pretty cold out here in the garage. Archaeologist of the Self. Nice pecker, huh? I don't believe I'm showing you my pecker at the moment. Not that I ever do here on the YouTubes. I forgot to hide my health tubes. I don't want to get age restricted. You mean my mug? Oh, this one. Right. Good point. Thank you, Fly Guy, for clarifying. I never would have gotten that in a million years. Forgot that this mug has a Woody Woodpecker on it. I believe we got it at a thrift store or something. When we moved in here, we didn't have any mugs. I hope we get age restricted as well, so that only people with AIDS can watch this, or cat AIDS. So my cat can watch this. So anyway, I've been procrastinating. I've been procrastinating on that Marty video. I've been procrastinating on filling out some paperwork I need to fill out and mail in, you know. And then we're going to have a lot of stuff to do, you know, starting shortly with that house. And you go to the county. Hi, Admiral Mighty Buffoon. Thanks. I appreciate your affirmation of my bedtime stories. Reese Miller, hello. I'm assuming that's pronounced Reese. One kind of fun thing about the house we bought is that, unlike the house we live in, it's pronounced Riz. Mm-hmm. Well, if he's got that much Riz, yeah, that fire extinguisher works, I assume. I never tried to use it, but anyway, our current house, because it was built after 2000, house we live in, it doesn't have a wood burning stove / fireplace or whatever. You are famous, Admiral Mighty Buffoon. You are a famous person. You've been here, you've talked with me, that makes you a famous person. Of course, I'd point out that First Last is also a famous person, but so we're gonna have to get pretty busy in the next week or two getting this place ready for vacation rentals. Well, before we rent it out, I want Aunt Rachel to go over there and have a fire in the fireplace. Because, you know, even though we live up here in the mountains, we don't have a real fireplace in our house because they're not allowed anymore. But you can get them grandfathered in. So that's cool. That's one selling point of this vacation rental that not every vacation rental has. It takes some doing these days. I'm not sure if you can do it at all even, but to get a wood burning fireplace or stove approved. And a new construction is almost, I don't know if it's even possible at all, but it's very difficult if it is possible. I'm going to go over here, pull up the live on the big screen so I don't have to have my glasses on. For those of you who missed the announcement at the beginning of the live stream, I do want to assure you Johnny West says, my boss hates when I shorten his name to Dick, especially because his name's Steve. In that case, I don't think you're really shortening his name. I think you're just insulting him. If I were to test that fire extinguisher, then I'd have to replace it. Because then it would shoot out all the stuff inside of it. So it happened last night with Rachel too. I shot out all the stuff inside of me. Which was very satisfying because she's been on her menstrual cycle, so she's been out of order for the better part of a week. And you know, when your wife is out of order for a week, well, a certain urgency, you become overtaken by a certain amount of urgency. I certainly hope so. Yeah, I'd say yes, it was. Rachel and I have a very happy, I mean, you know, we're happy across the board. They say people fight about 3 things, usually. Sex, kids, and money. But, yeah, well, Rachel's also never out of order in that capacity as well. But I prefer to access her with all of her holes open for business rather than just, I mean, there's one of them I don't even use. I just will refuse to use that hole because it's where poop comes out of them. Rachel's an excellent wife. She's not remotely withholding, you know. So I don't have to wait all the way through her menstrual cycle, but I do anyway usually. No, it's where poo comes out of, Karma's Pimp. That's the hole you don't use, is the one that poo comes out of. Everybody should know this by now. Excuse me for a second. I've got to use Health Tubes 2.0. Health Tube Senior, I mean. All right, Karma's Pimp, fine. Maybe I'm not the world's most unselfish lover. But I'm also not the world's most selfish lover, so, you know, gotta split the difference, right? Oh, hi, Acacia. Do you want to throw a football back and forth with me on the rooftop? Dachshund you. Hey, look, it's Rachel. Hi, beautiful. Thanks, beautiful. Oh, did something happen with YouTube where you aren't allowed to show the rips on camera? Well, it's not that I'm exactly not allowed to, it's that if somebody flags a video, they can flag it for me smoking on in the video, and then it gets age restricted. I don't get in trouble if I get age restricted. I just get age restricted, right? It's like, because with the uploaded videos, you tell them, you have to inform them of what's in the video when you upload it, like whether it has any controversial stuff. But with live streams, because you don't do that, then it's just a matter of whether somebody flags it or not. But because I'm anticipating a fair amount of pushback, like spite back from Marty once I post that video, which, again, for those who missed the announcement, I will have done, if not by the end of this week, by the beginning of next week, because I get my bottle of Adderall on Monday. But I expect Marty to try to do harm in whatever ways he can. I would conceive, even possibly, that Marty would try to steal my youth due. And without this, I'll just grow older and older. You know, really, Rachel, in order for us to look like the right ages and stuff, I should use youth due, and you should use old due.
I like that.
Blood hole, puke hole, or poo hole? Take your pick. My guy, that is not a very chivalrous way to describe a woman as blood hole, puke hole, or poo hole. That's silly. Oh, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I learned yesterday the day before Valentine's Day is known as Galentine's Day, a day in which girls hang out with each other. So, you know. As I mentioned to Rachel yesterday, I don't think you could have a Guyentine's Day without it being a Gayentine's Day. Happy Black History Month, Acacia, to you too. This is when I really feel like my African American heritage is celebrated. During February and also on Juneteenth. Merry Black History Month is correct. No, I don't celebrate Kwanzaa. Because I don't consider myself African American. I consider myself black. Black American, you know? So as a consequence, I celebrate Black History Month, Juneteenth, but not Kwanzaa. What I do to celebrate Black History Month, usually, is I try to spend all of February watching BET. And especially whenever possible, I try to like to watch some Tyler Perry stuff. Tyler Perry goes to Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry. Hello, Uncle, says Abhijit. Good afternoon, Uncle. Good middle of the night, Abhijit. Where am I from? I am from California. I'm from the very middle of California, smack dab in the middle of it, right next to Yosemite. Here in the southern Sierras. I'm from French Arcadia. Yeah, I'm also from French Arcadia. You know, in Shanghai, they have this area called the French Concession, which was owned by the French for a long time in the middle of Shanghai. The Chinese own it now again, of course, but I'm a tremendous uncle. Where am I sitting, Uncle? I'm sitting on my chair here. What no one normally sits on. This is my chair. This is the chair I always sit on. Cinema Roll Gaming. Hello. How are you? My buttocks. I am sitting on my buttocks. That's true. But more correctly, I'd say I'm using my buttocks to sit on a chair. Well, I'm up in the middle of the night for no particularly good reason. It's not like I'm on any Adderall or anything. Thanks, Pork Fried Luke. I am a cutie. A lot of people just call me little cutie. Hollywood from Acacia is like due west, kind of. Yeah, a little south. Yeah, it's a little bit southwest. Well, let me tell you, Karma's Pimp. Hollywood may be less than it's cracked up to be, okay? It's not like you go to Hollywood and you're hobnobbing with celebrities. My name's Eric, okay? My name is Eric. You can call me Uncle if you want to. It doesn't bother me. It makes me think of Korean shows that I watch on Netflix where like younger Koreans, this is also true of Chinese, I think. They'll call older unrelated like Korean ladies, we'll call them auntie, and older unrelated Korean men, they'll call them uncle. Yeah, you can call me Uncle Eric if you want to. What do you think about the board? What board are you talking about? Oh yeah, I do yoga every day. I do yoga a lot, you know. I call this one nose push. It's one of my really spiritually powerful yoga poses. Maximud Musa, American. What do I think about the board American? I don't know what you mean. You'll have to clarify your question. Hey, you have my name twice. Maximud Musa. Your name must be Max, unless it's Med. Just be glad your parents didn't name you Puss. Okay, Fly Guy, maybe it is Zam. I'd go with Zam too. What are all you guys doing up right now? You should all be asleep. It's way too late to be awake right now. It's 1 in the morning. Sorry, first last. I'm sorry. I just put my foot right in my mouth. I had no idea that your middle name was Puss. Where I live, it's AM. Where I live, it's AM as well. What do I think about American border issues? Well, I mean, obviously, I think that border control is an appropriate jurisdictional area for the federal government. I think it's important for every nation state to maintain rigorous control of their borders. And so I think, successfully controlling the borders to prevent undesired or, non-legal immigration seems like a precursor to any sense of, you can't enforce any policy regarding immigration if you don't have the borders locked in. So I don't have any particular position on immigration, which is really the issue, right? It's not the borders so much as it is immigration. Border control is just a necessary prerequisite to implementing immigration law successfully, regardless of what that immigration law is, I think it's become politicized, unfortunately. Nobody can steal Eric's job as the internet's #1 typologist. That's true, Boba Fett. I mean, somebody could learn my way, apply it even better than I do, but in order to do that, they'd have to concede first that I'm correct about it. Well, Rachel and I've got a lot of stuff to do in the next couple of weeks. I need to fill out that paperwork, send it in. So I have a little bit more operating capital without having to cash out any portfolio stuff. We're gonna have to get this septic tank fixed. I mean, we're not really paying for it because it's like it got knocked off the price because we had this arrangement where he'd pay up to $5,000 of estimated septic repairs, and the estimate was $4,500. So it's kind of exciting to be closing this deal, you know. We'll make some videos, show everybody the new place. We're gonna try to put a little bit of money into it to make it more Instagram worthy. You know, it's not the most like adorable little cabin or whatever, you know. It's 3-bedroom house. It's on a small lot, you know. It's right down the street, but it's weird to think this house that we live in cost almost twice as much as that house. But, but it's like when I think about it, I just think, but I love this house so much. I can't even imagine living anyplace else now. If I were going to design a house for myself and Rachel, though, it would be a sprawling 1-story with relatively few rooms, but 2 clearly delineated wings. Like, this is technically a 3-bedroom house that we live in, but it's actually a 4-bedroom house. Just that one of the day room, as they call it, doesn't have a built-in closet, so it's not considered a bedroom. I think it's because of county zoning stuff that says you can't build more than a 3-bedroom house on 1 acre or less. I think you have to have 5 acres to build a 4-bedroom house. So what they did is they built a 4-bedroom house here, but they just didn't put a closet in the day room, which is the biggest of the bedrooms. And accordingly, it's not officially a bedroom. So, yeah, that house is, we're buying it, we bought, it's done now, is 3-bedroom, 1 bath. I'm sure it's substantially fewer square feet than this one, although I don't remember what the square footage is. Do I think the housing market is going to crash again? No, I definitely don't. Cool. See, I think of all the things in the world that one might buy, what's terribly underpriced is houses. Because it's like what I was reflecting on the other day. Rachel and I go to the store, we pay a couple of bills, let's say electricity and our two cell phones, or even just like we go to the supermarket. Let's say this: we go to the supermarket, we have a fairly full shopping trip, which is like $400, and we pay our cell phone bills, our internet bill, and our electricity bill. That's over $1,000. Okay, right there, over $1,000. The house we're buying, we bought, is was $275,000. Just 275 times one day's expenses. That's why I say the housing market is houses are underpriced. They haven't adjusted to inflation the way that everything else has. But I'm not buying the house because I expect it to go up in value, although I do. We're buying this house because we're using it as an income property. We're going to have it as a vacation rental. It'll be easy for us to manage ourselves because we live like just a block away, and we don't have to get trash service, for example. We can just take the trash that people have it, the people who rent it leave there, and just drive it back to our house in our little wilderness car. We've got a little wilderness car too, so it's like a good little like janitor's work vehicle or whatever. You don't annoy me, Fly Guy. And the reason I thought you were ESFP is because early on you identified yourself as such. Ryan Airlaw. But Fly Guy, you don't bug me at all, man. There's nothing about you that bugs me. I like you. You're not you're not annoying to me at all. And it's also, remember, my realtor's an ESFP. You used to be banned? Really? Well, I don't even remember. That's FI Polar, maybe. As far as I can tell, I've always liked you. Maybe there was a time when I didn't, I guess. Well, you must have fucked up in some way. I don't know. But yeah, I would point to that reality that I just pointed to as significant. Like, the value of houses hasn't gone up with, like, say, the cost of food and everything else. I don't remember exactly when, but just early on at some point. As I recall, he identified himself as an ESFP. So, yeah, I tend to, unless somebody is shoving it in my face that they're not the type they say they are, as Cone Man was, right? Like with his constant, as an INFJ, and INFJs are the most meow, and all that shit. Um, Unless I get that happening to me, I usually don't push back on people regarding the type they say they are very much. I just afford them the benefit of the doubt because I don't really have any other choice. It's either question everybody's type. I don't ever ask what anybody's type is. People sometimes volunteer it. I am not from Pennsylvania. My wife did go to college in Pennsylvania. She went to a place called Kutztown. Kutztown. You're from PU? PU. Y'all suck. Right. It was wildly inconsistent with INFJ in that regard. It showed a certain kind of like effie ham-fistedness, right? That if an INFJ knows they're an INFJ, they also know how not to protesteth too much. I'm not your papa, Riley. I'm not your papa at all. Damn, life is harsh. Me not being your papa is not an example of life being harsh, though. I'm only the papa of one person, so I didn't. I'm not like Genghis Khan. I didn't strew my seed throughout all of Asia. Oh, I'm also the cat's papa. That's true. I'm Capio and Trouble's father. Trouble, he's so much like a dog. He's always near me. And my ma and pa. And from my ma and pa. You're from your ma by your pa. That's how they do it with racehorses. You're from Dancing in the Lights and by Hit the Trifecta, you know. By California's Gold from Zenyatta. I was from Jane Strauss and by David Strauss. Thanks. It's because I've taken so many elocution lessons. You know, that's not the first time somebody's told me that in the last few days. Somebody else told me they had a nice voice. Actually, what they said was they wished that my voice could narrate their life. Well, that was a very nice thing to hear. I do talk a lot, you know, so, I mean, not so much in day-to-day life, but that's because I live stream so much and thereby talk out all my talkings. Which means that when I'm not live streaming, I'm actually not particularly talkative. I don't yammer Rachel's ear off anymore like perhaps I once did. Anyhow, I think what I might do here in a few minutes is take a couple gabapentins and see how long that keeps me awake. Your cat is gay. My cat has AIDS. So maybe I got you beat there. I'm not sure. Uh, also, my cat's my cat's name, the cat that has AIDS, is named Trouble. And Taylor Swift once wrote a song about him, in fact. It goes like this. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. You gave me cat AIDS. You guys know that Taylor Swift song? Anyway, that's my cat that has AIDS. How did my cat get AIDS? Well, my cat my cat got AIDS before he was my cat. He was a stray cat, you know. I'm not so we don't know how he got AIDS. He doesn't like to talk about that time. But I think he got it from being an intravenous drug user. He used to shoot a lot of fentanyl. Actually, I don't know if you shoot fentanyl, if you just take it by mouth or whatever. Are you praying for him? Thanks. Your cat is gay. Eric, my ENTV friend, is a loser. Help. How am I supposed to help? Are you saying because I'm an ENTP and I'm not a loser? I guess that's nice of you to say. But really, you're wrong about that. So, you know, I'm sure I'm just as much of a loser as he is. Get is something like, well, let's say, for example, you see a woman bending over, she's got a big ass, and you see her across the street. You say, yeah, like that. You say, yeah, good thing I got Skibidi Riz. These Skibidi Bombaclats got no chance with that yeah. With that thought. Yeah. Like that. Okay. That's how you use those terms. I've been working on them lately, incorporating them more into my vocabulary. You're so cool. How did you know? How did I know how cool I am? Oh no, how did I know what gap meant? Because people have been coming in here recently and saying those things, so I Googled it. Yeah, I had to look up all of those words. Skibidi, Riz, Bombaclats, and Giat. I had to Google them all. Meow. I already watched you eat. This cat. Well, thanks, Nasty Boy. Yeah, this is a channel that's mostly about Skibbity-Wompaclats and Grundle. Those are the main two topics we discuss here. Of course, you know who's got a really shiny Grundle? Is Glide Flaps. Glide Flaps is famous in the superhero community for the shininess of his Grundle. And it is important that you look up those, you might call urban dictionary words, because for a long time, I did not know that Grundle was Grundle. I thought the word chode meant Grundle, and I was wrong. You know, you really run the risk of some terrible diction mistakes if you get those two words confused. So this is about as high maintenance cat as you could possibly get for those who've not encountered trouble before. Since I got up at like, I don't know, 12:15 or something in the morning, and it's now 1:30. This is the second time I've had to sit down and watch him eat already. I think Rachel watched him eat a little bit as well. You can't pet him without getting massive amounts of cat hair everywhere because he constantly sheds so much. Rachel and I can't sleep together because this cat takes up as much room somehow as a full human being. Yes, I'm here, I'm queer, I'm watching you eat. Hello. Even though I just gave him more food last night before bed, I have to give him more food again because he's the world's biggest eating cat. He's just... It's because he was raised in the Great Depression. So he's always worried that food might run out. Having been raised in the Great Depression, it makes trouble the oldest cat in America. There's one in France somewhere that was born in 1863. That's the oldest cat in the world. Does Trouble ever randomly slap everything? No, he doesn't slap things, but what he does is bully his sister. He tries to like control everything all the time. So he'll sit right here in this doorway to prevent Capio from coming downstairs to eat and stuff. You know, it's ridiculous. We have to police it all the time. We have to yell at Trouble or whatever. Every time he like lies in wait for her, and then when she walks by, he'll jump out. He doesn't really scratch her, he just chases her, you know. Yeah, both our cats are fixed, but trouble. He was fixed um, by the animal control people. They picked him up off the street. They clipped his ear. They fixed him. And then after they did that, then he became all like super loving and wanted to be part of our family. Hi, Grandpa. Did you take your medicines? Well, Shishmitha, first of all, I'm not a grandfather. I have a child, but no grandchild. Second of all, unfortunately, I am out of my medicine. I'm going to have to wait till Monday to get more of it. So, you know, on Monday, then, yeah, I'll be back on my medication, my important medication. Oh, you're going to get me medicines? Thanks. Appreciate it. I'll take dextroamphetamine, please. If you're dispensing medicines. I do also have gabapentin, which is sometimes take to help me sleep. Oh, she's upstairs in bed. How about you, Shishmitha? Where's your wife? I'm 52. A lot of avuncular and such talk tonight. Why did you leave her alone? Be with her. We don't generally sleep the whole night together. You know, we start the night out in bed, and then we have 2 cats. Trouble sleeps with me. Capilla sleeps upstairs with Rachel. Well, why aren't you sleeping with your husband right now? Shishmitha. Hmm? Why did you leave him alone? Be with him. Be with him constantly. It's like I can hardly be with my wife any more than I am. Oh, nor a husband, I see. Okay, well, congratulations. You're single. I hope that that is very satisfying for you. But yeah, my wife and I spend a lot of time together because, you know, we live together and we don't have jobs. So, and we live 30 minutes from town. We live out in the boonies. So we spend a lot of time together. I've caught a wild Reuben. He was asleep in his pokeball, but he woke up to make SpaghettiOs. She's already in bed, Shishmitha. Yes, of course I give her a good night kiss before bed. Every night. I need a lioness. No, comma. Rather, instead of a lioness, I need... Well, obviously I love my wife. And she's my third wife, so keep in mind, I divorced wives 1 and 2. I'm not a bigamist, okay? I'm on my third and final wife. Now, Valentine's Day just started an hour and 41 minutes ago. Yes, I got her chocolates for Valentine's Day. I did not get her flowers. And I'm not going to. I'm not a huge fan of Valentine's Day, to be honest. But I took her out someplace very nice for dinner for her birthday, which was middle of January. So, you know, I don't think she feels neglected at all. No, I'm not. We're not going out to that place again anytime soon. It's super expensive. Ligers are sterile, like grass. Hmm. But I like grass is something that a female liger says. I am a good husband. I am a Ptolemist. That's true. Did I know that Pikachu's name means sparkling kiss? Or sparking kiss? A sparking kiss. I did not know that it means sparking kiss. No, that's fascinating. But I am rather enamored with the the names of like jutsus or moves or whatever you want to say and isekais. Like a lot of them are in English, right? So I saw one the other day, Stardust Genocide. The Stardust Genocide. I thought that was a pretty great name. You know, I saw one the other day. Bloody Laser. Bloody Laser. I thought that was a good name. There's a third one I had in mind earlier, but I don't remember what it is at the moment. Stardust Genocide is like that could be a band name, you know. Bloody Laser. I think it's because the laser is supposed to cause blood, not because it's made out of blood. They have cool jutsus in One Piece. They call out, yeah, in many anime, they call out all of their attacks, say what the name of it is, you know. A lioness would probably be unsatisfied with a lion who had no pride. You're probably right, Fly Guy. You're probably right. Just want to remind everybody that today's live stream is brought to you by Estee Lauder's Youth Dew. Smells like a newborn baby. That would be a cool condition to have during war times. Then you just have like a bunch of soldiers going like automatic rifle fire, automatic rifle fire, automatic rifle fire. Nobody would be able to hear them. Yeah, nuclear room, missile room. The interesting thing about Pokemon in general, Meowth accepted, is like they have this odd phenomenon where they can only say their name, but they can also say the individual syllables of their name. So At least Pikachu can. He can say Pikachu, but he can also say Pika. Right? You are famous. You are. You're famous because you're here on Talking with Famous People. That makes you a famous person. Youth do now 20% more boofable. It's not, I don't think, very boofable, Rubinar, but more importantly, it's not vegan cruelty free. To get that much of the due out of youth, they have to engage in a little bit of cruelty. Hi, Cyro Walker GD. Psyduck. Nobody's sure what Psyduck actually says because obviously every time they encounter him, they get confused. So yesterday, Tuesday, even though it's not a great cartoon day, it did have my favorite cartoon of the new season, which was, as always, muy espectacular, as they say in Spanish. Namely, Villainous Level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the Demon Lord. So good. Oh my god, it's so good. I wish it came out every day. 5 times a day. Today is not a good day for cartoons. We've got, although I do have 3 that I'll probably watch, right? Dr. Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp. I like this one. It's good. I enjoy watching it. She's becoming a doctor, but they want her to become a wife of the royalty guy, prince, or maybe, yeah, I guess it's the prince. But she wants to be a doctor because she was a surgeon in her previous life in modern Japan and has been reincarnated into, she's been isekai into your classic isekai world, but she still wants to be a doctor. Anyway, Classroom of the Elite Season 3 comes out at 7 a.m. And that one's good. It's one of the rare anime that I watch, which it doesn't have any like magic power stuff or whatever going on. No other world, but I like it anyway. It's good. Sengoku Yuko. That comes out at 8:30. That's watchable, but not great. And that's it for the whole day. So, not a lot of good cartoons today. Thursday is probably the worst day. The only good cartoon comes out on Thursday is The Witch and the Beast, and it's not one of my favorites. It's good, but it's not great. What's your Chash app? I don't know what my Chash app means. Boopy, the knife vampire? I think you got your vampire and knife in backwards order, Rubinar. Keep in mind, everybody, when it says join this channel to access the perks, that there really aren't very many perks. So you do get to use the exciting emojis. Well, I've always thought that of the Pokemon, the most masculine was Mr. Mime. And because he can mime anything so convincingly that it becomes real. accordingly. And were you to examine his manly parts, he would mime you into convincing you that he's quite an impressive gentleman. And of course, he does slay. He mimes. He mimes the pants off of ladies. You're miming the pants off of me. That's what they say to him. Because, as most people would probably agree, if you want to really want to bed some ladies, then you got two possible professions that are going to maximally attain that. Number one, miming. Number two, magician. You get somebody with both of those skills, they're neck deep in pussy. I'm a mime / magician. Maybe you should mime that to me then. This lighter's cast. Cubone was one. Was a real one. A real what? A real stick in the mud? You're a real stick in the mud. You know that? Somebody needs to pull your stick right out of that mud, mister. You're a real wet blanket. You're a stick in the mud wrapped in a wet blanket. I gotta say, I guess I don't know what it links to exactly. It could be a combination of a couple of different things, but since, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, maybe a few weeks ago, YouTube's been sending a lot of people to my live streams. Like, we currently have 26 people here. It's the middle of the night. It's kind of crazy. And you know that YouTube's sending me a lot of people via, like, say, the short stream because things will happen like, it'll jump up, drop way down, jump up. What do you want, Treble? You can't possibly want me to watch you eat again. Meow. I'm not even remotely sleepy. How can this possibly be? I should be exhausted right now. You know, I should be exhaustivo. I am having the fun. It's a bit sus, this new lot. Well, I think that's one possibility I've considered too, Fly Guy. It also correlates in timing with two other things vaguely, namely switch to vertical streaming and and the getting rid of the warning I had on my channel for bullying C.S. Joseph. Yet another person comes in with this greeting. Do you have any idea how many other people have come in here with the same greeting? Hey, Grandpa. Hi, Grandpa. Not that long ago, someone came in and said, Hi, Grandpa. Did you forget to take your medicines? I didn't forget. I just ran out of them. Because, that's what one does with fun medicine. Well, I never forget about drugs, but in fact, I never forget to take my Adderall. That just doesn't happen. Oh, darn. I forgot to take my drugs today. Hey, Trevor, get the fuck out of here then. That cat. And it comes over. He wants me to pet him. I pet him one too many times and he swipes at me. You got any single friends? Yeah, a couple. You mean like IRL friends? I'm sure there are plenty of people around here who are single that I'm friends with. In real life, yeah, I've got a couple of single friends, but not a lot. I mean, I don't have a lot of IRL friends at all. The older you get, the smaller your friends circle gets. The difference for me from most people my age is I've got talking with fifth people, so I engage with people a lot. And, we make IRL friends with some people from the channel as well when we see them IRL. Like Ruben and Acacia came and stayed with us. So now they qualify as IRL friends. Yeah, there is a huge chasm between you and most people. If you're most people, really. Especially if you're like INFJ, ENTP, or whatever. There's going to be a sense of alienation. I'm in favor of conjoining twins after birth. I figure I am sick of fraternal twins. I'm sick of identical twins. They represent the vast majority of all twins. So, to make it more fair, let's conjoin some of them after birth. We'll sew them together at the shoulder. Donald Trump is here. Hi, Donald. Welcome. Conjoined triplets, you start looking like those paper doll strings that you pull out as a bunch of little guys. Yeah, Donald Trump's here. Arrived at 2 a.m. No, I think another way to put it, Ruben, is that Acacia consumed the twin with all the SE. Somehow that happened in the womb, right? You expect the SE twin to consume her, but FFF18 says, "Hey, I'm back." And the being back causes you to laugh, cry, laugh, cry, laugh, cry, and love. So good for you. Olivia Rodrigo fan says, "Yo, old papa. Yo, young lady or man. Sure, James Day. It's plenty." Tronald Dump and Tanning Chatham and Kemi Gemmel walk into a bar. Not for a $5 footlong, says Acacia. Yeah, good point. I don't think they have those anymore. I don't remember you? No, I don't. FFF18. I'm sorry. I guess next time you'll have to be more memorable. Your local conservative gal says Biden 2024. That's very conservative of you. Biden 2024, let's go. Said nobody ever. Oh, what a state of affairs we find ourselves in. What a state of affair. I have to say it's rather annoying being awake right now. Oh, come on. You were playing the guitar and your wife was singing. I had a biology exam that morning. What? That could be every day of 18. It is unusual that my wife was singing, but your name seems vaguely familiar. What do you want from me? I encounter a lot of random people. It takes a few occasions of being here for me to remember you. But I will remember you after a few occasions. I live stream most every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Sometimes I'll spend, 8 hours of a day live streaming, sometimes more. So it's easy for me to forget people who I only encounter once or twice. I won't forget you at this point because you made a big fuss about being forgotten. So that's one of the advantages of that, right? Instead of positioning it now as you objecting to me not remembering and saying, "Oh, come on." Instead, now you can say, "I was just ensuring that doesn't happen again." So congratulations for that. I'm going to get myself more coffee. That'll help me sleep. Actually, coffee doesn't seem to keep me awake. But, and it sort of can help me sleep because it's a warm beverage. And I don't know if you heard the old wives' tale. The old wives' tale says, to help yourself sleep, drink a glass of warm milk. And while this is not inherently warm milk, it's going to be warm coffee. And then I'm going to put milk into it. And the milk will become warmed by my putting of it into the warm coffee. So just to make clear how insane this is, now this cat wants to eat again because I'm in the kitchen. It's 2 in the morning. I got up after midnight. This is the 3rd time I've watched him eat. How is that even possible? What are you doing with all this food? It's not like you even go run around outside or anything, you know? You're a very silly cat. Because you don't come to mother. Alright, I've got a music trivia question for everybody right now. What song has as part of its lyrics, because it was Saturday night, I guess that makes it all right. Ooh-dee-doo-doo-doo-dee-doo. I think those are good lyrics. Who can tell me the answer to the question? R.I.P. everyone in the UK? A thermos of hot piss. I forgot to pour cream into this. I just put creamer, but I like to have... Well, I'm going to do what I call my triple creaming. Now, you should note the following, please. I have a dream of making the following beverage. Maybe after I go to the store next time, I can do this. It's called my Sweet 6 Cream Party. And like this coffee I'm making here, it has creamer in it. There's some heavy cream. And here's some oat milk. My Sweet 6 Cream Party that I plan to make, it will additionally have almond milk, soy milk, and regular milk in it. Plus heavy cream, oat milk, and non-dairy creamer. Now that will be my Sweet 6 Cream Party. What do you guys think about my idea? That's too many milks? That's not too many milks. I wonder why Traveling Merchant said RIP everyone in the UK. Oh. All right. Fly Guy, you would be making a good point. There's too many milks, they'll expire. Except, well, let me just show you, first of all, what we got the other day at the supermarket. It was such a good deal. England finally detached from Europe and fell in the ocean. This was on sale, this big ass box of these things for $3.99. It was $5 off. We got the last two of them. So naturally we got a gallon of milk. Rachel's been eating a lot of cereal, but we have other cereals besides those cereals too, so. How good of a deal is that for those big ass boxes of frosted shredded mini wheats? Frosted shredded mini wheats. No. I believe first last you meant OGAT. Is the traditional weed dealer now permanently out of business there? Obsolete? Sort of. Uh, I mean, I bought weed from this guy outside the Yosemite Liquors not that long ago. He just said to me as I was walking out of the store, "Hey, you want some weed to go with that beer?" Because I buy non-alcoholic beer, but he couldn't see that it was non-alcoholic, you know. I was like, I actually have weed already. And he's like, well, this is better weed. I'm like, okay, that's probably not, but sure, it's different weed. Let's see, what is it? Yeah, well, I can, your Riz has gone up by like 30% from first last. You've transcended the group of bombaclats. Some finny laced weed. No, I don't, actually. Did anyone answer my question? Which song features the following lyrics? So it was Saturday night. I guess that makes it all right. The Rizzler has come. As a noun, gyat is typically used to mean a large butt. Like she's got a gyat. Tell us a story, says Freenix. Correct, AAAA. You got it right. AAAA is an acronym for ah. And I'm going to make a poll right now for everyone to answer. Are you more like Prince's father or more like Prince's mother? You may remember Prince's father, he lives in a world that's so cold. And Prince's mother, she's never satisfied. So this is the poll that we're taking today. Which are you more like? Prince's mother or Prince's father? I think I'm more like Prince's mother. I think I'm more like Prince's mother. Prince's mother is never satisfied. Out here, fathers whoop their children accordingly, like my great father. Are you pro whooping? No, I'm not pro whooping. The cold one, huh? The father is so cold. The mother is never satisfied. I have a daughter and I never struck her at all, obviously. Why would just hide him? Well, I wouldn't have hit his son either. It's not appropriate to hit children, obviously. So it's important we know which one you're more like, Prince's father or Prince's mother. As the second poll question, I could conceive of us asking the following. Which of Prince's color songs is best? Raspberry Beret, Little Red Corvette, or Purple Rain? Here in the USA, you can't even yell at your kids, you go to jail. I wish you'd tell that to the lady across the street. She yells at her kids all the time. I'm always hearing, when I go outside to smoke, I'm hearing, Sierra! Her daughter's name is Sierra. Yes, raspberry is a color. Well, I mean, what do you think? Is it a beret made out of actual raspberries? Raspberry Beret is the best of the three songs, I think. And was something close to nothing, but different than the day before. She walked in through the outdoor. She wore a raspberry beret, the kind you find in a secondhand store. I mean, obviously it's not made out of raspberries, so it must be referring to the color. Does Prince have any other color songs? Like Golden Whispers or something? Another possible good poll question would be, in my life, why do I give valuable time to people who don't care if I live or I die? And the possible answers would be, because I'm dumb or because I'm nice. Oops. I forgot to hide my health tube. So, Lion Jr., that's because you're nice. I just heard a weird sound out in the woods. I think it was probably a Sasquatch. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear that sound? Probably coyotes. Coyotes getting down with them bad selves. Coyotes have kind of this high-pitched I think sound they make. I think that's what it is. I hear them periodically make that sound. Yeah, I think I will. I think Rachel will mind. Take half a quantity. Maybe try to sleep in, you know? Half a Clonny, the San Francisco treat. Did you guys know that that's what half a clonazepam is known as? The San Francisco treat. It's true. Another good poll question would be, do you know how Joan of Arc felt? Yes or no? What do you want? What? What? You cannot possibly want me to watch you eat again. You want me to watch you eat again? For the fourth time? We're going to watch you eat for the fourth time. Is that what we're doing? Am I really going to watch you eat for the fourth time in 2 hours? It's sheer insanity. Hi, Capio. Caprio probably won't go outside. She likes to stand in the doorway for a while and then change her mind. She's a good kitty, unlike Trouble here. Trouble, I think it's fair to say you've got some kind of an eating disorder. Leave Capio alone. Waiting for her to finish. I don't know, you're gonna force her to leave so you can go get water, huh? Because you're a dick. Showdown at the OK Corral. Good for you, Capio, holding your ground. But not for long. Trouble? Bap, 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 bap. You're such a bad kitty. Capio got her safe ground up here on top of the chair. She likes to sleep there sometimes. I've got to go to the restroom where I'm going to rest. While I'm resting in the restroom, you guys can keep an eye on the hallway. Keep an eye out for ghosts and stuff, okay? There's a cat, but keep an eye out for ghosts. How do you eat squirrel? Well, I've never had squirrel before. But if I were to have to cook squirrel, I guess I would mix it with cornflakes, call it breakfast. Maybe I just do it naked and afraid style, you know. Skewer it on a stick. Cook it over an open flame. That's how people who are naked and afraid prepare their squirrels. Instead of eating squirrels, though, I feed squirrels. It's kind of like they eat me. Well, if I really wanted to knock out, I would take a couple gabapentins as well. America, this is America. That bro, you live in a third world country. You only eat spiders. Who are you talking to? Who in the world around here only eats spiders? Is there any country where people only eat spiders? That's silly. Yeah, Lion Jr., you only eat spiders. Take that, you. You only eat spiders. He was talking about eating squirrels, right? It's a joke because squirrels rhymes with girls. It was a pretty good joke, Phoenix. I actually didn't get the double joke and the implicit in it for a bit either. So I'm glad I had to explain it to Ruben because otherwise I don't think I ever would have gotten it in full. No, I don't eat the cats. Like the squirrels, instead of eating the cats, I feed the cats. Yes, thank you, Fly Guy, for making explicit what I had failed to do so. You're a demon slayer. Nice. I guess that. What happens if you come across the Demon King? To slay the Demon King, you have to be the hero. Just want to say, feel free to reach out if you have some questions about exercising demons. I have no demon related problems, so I'll probably not be doing that. Ruben, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. Something I need to tell INFJs more than ENFJs. That's what INFJs need to be told more often than anybody else, probably. Is you don't have to be perfect. That Danish country ball, anti-augism, name a country for an edit. Guam. Palestine is not a contrary flag. Why doesn't Mexico win a lot of Olympic medals? They actually do win a lot of Olympic medals, Phoenix. It's just they're not gold, silver, or bronze, they're Adobe. Mexico is actually the global leader in Adobe medals. Chile isn't an airport. True. Oh, wait, Chile isn't a sport. You're right. Chile's not a sport. And it's pronounced Chile. Ow. Guam is not a country either. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Because everyone that can run, jump, or swim is already in the USA. No, it's because it's hard to get to the Olympics on the back of a burro. Because it's hard to keep up with your training when you're constantly hitting a pinata filled with flan. Might be not flan. a better question is why can't Mexico advance past the quarterfinals in the World Cup? That to me is a better question. Mexicans are good at soccer. They should be able to do better than the quarterfinals of the World Cup, you know? Like, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I want Mexico to win the next World Cup. Any advice for the modern American spoiled brats? Good job being less spoiled than me. They're Mexicans, huh? I just think it's because they need to hire me as their soccer coach. I should be Mexico's national soccer coach. My Spanish isn't that great, but I can get us. I'm already talking like I'm Mexico's coach. You see, I can get us past the quarterfinals. How? With an inspirational speech. Okay. An inspirational speech. I'm going to begin like this. Hay demasiado chupacabras en este pueblo. And then they're going to get all spooked out. And I'll say, El cucuy. And they'll say, ah. And then I'll explain to them, if you don't want to be that scared after the game, then you need to win it. And that will get us, let's say Mexico, past the quarterfinals at long last. I think the only explanation for it is some sort of mental block because Mexico's better than that. I think like why isn't Mexico better than Argentina? Mexico's in North America, obviously. That's better than being in South America, which apparently, according to some of this Mandela effect stuff I've read, they have moved South America. So it's no longer directly underneath regular America. We shouldn't even call it North America. We should call it regular America and lower America. I like La Americanas. Well, my daughter is partially Fly Guy and both explain Argentina's success via the arrival of the Nazis in the 40s, I guess. Argentina. Well, what about Brazil? Brazil doesn't have a bunch of Germans. Dardania doesn't exist? And don't forget fake grass. Am I a veteran? Of what? I'm a veteran of many things, but the Army is not one of them. You may call it Kosovo. We call it Dardania. 88 all hell. Anime Queen agrees with something. Are you really the Anime Queen? Because you could be. You're definitely not the Anime King, because that's me. You know how I know I'm the Anime King? I'm currently so completely out of anime to watch that I am rewatching old mediocre anime in order to because if it's mediocre, I don't remember it well enough that I can watch it again. The people in Kosovo call it Dardania. The people in Japan call it Nippon. The people in Holland call it the Netherlands. I just let go a large two-piecer poop. Not too easy on the cleanup, though. Well, as long as you got the poop out of you, yeah, it's fine. A little extra wiping is worth it. Can you blow a heart shape with cigarette smoke? No. I wish I could now, though. That would be so appropriate for Valentine's Day. Oh, yeah? If that's true, Boba Fett, then why do they speak Dutch? Hmm? If there's no God, then where do cars come from? Speak for yourself, Peggy Fleming. How old are you and what does it feel like? I'm 52 years old and it feels fine. You know, I will say that I've, I have some experience of slowing down. My body's not as tough as it used to be. I don't have as much constitution. I can't go for a long period of time. What's the meaning of wife? It's woman you are married to. Yeah, hopefully I got 40 more years. Could easily enough live to 92. Well, Pimp J, maybe I will. But it probably won't be because somebody told me to on the live stream. Any UFO or alien encounters? No. There are some strange things go on in the sky above Mariposa. Most of it probably attributable to drone flights because it's an area where it's legal to fly drones, and there aren't that many such areas. My dad died at 84, shortly before his 85th birthday. Do I believe in ghosts? No, not really. But I am inclined to believe that after after death, that there's some release of energy beyond just the succession of biological processes. Um, but I'm not sure what that would entail exactly. I think it's likely to be the case. I don't know for sure. I don't have, like, for example, I've had a couple of weird kind of paranormally experiences. Rachel and I once saw a very strange creature crossing the road that as far as I know, doesn't exist as a creature. It was not a big creature, but it was very strange. Yeah, where does all the sexy energy go? No, it was a. Okay, the only thing I could compare it to is it was like a gigantic furry caterpillar with a flat face. Okay, and it was like crawling across the road, but it was like the size of a loaf of bread. There's no way it was a caterpillar, right? No caterpillar is the size of a loaf of bread. The sexy energy shrinks inside your nuts, then you perish. I was excited to hear you had a UFO land on the tip of your manhood. Um, but what I was surprised to hear was that you, despite it landing on the tip of your manhood, you were still unable to identify it. I would have expected at that point for it to be an identifiable. No, I wasn't. We weren't on any any drugs at all. It didn't seem to be injured or anything like that. Um, let's see how the poll's doing. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot about it as well. It looks like Prince's father is winning 64 to 36% with 67 votes. So, in the poll, more people are, they live in a world that's so cold than are they never satisfied. So just keep that in mind, everybody. Keep that in mind. The Prophet of Islam gave an example of the afterlife, and he said, the closest example I can give is like that of a dream. Your body is unconscious, yet you are experiencing. Well, I have no reason to believe that he had any information about the afterlife because, after all, he was alive. How would he know what happens after life? But other people think different things. I think, yeah, you think, yeah, it's fine. It's 40 degrees over here in Australia. You're using Celsius degrees, James Flames. That's not going to do. Celsius degrees don't mean anything, okay? You have to use Fahrenheit degrees. Otherwise, you're just saying it's blah, 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 blah degrees out here. Nobody knows what 40 degrees Celsius is. All right, I do another poll. Is Lady Gaga better than Katy Perry? Oops. Is Lady Gaga better than Katy Perry? An important question. Is Lady Gaga, sometimes called Lady Gaga, better than Katy Perry? Lady Gaga versus Katy Perry in heads-up battle. Which is better? Maybe the next poll I could do would be, should the Super Bowl really have chosen Usher as their halftime performer? Hopefully, both answers in the poll will be no. No possible answer yes in that one. Shukioza says yes. You think Usher should have been chosen as the halftime performer at the Super Bowl? Well, you know what, Mrs. Mom? I receive my revelation all day, every day, 24/7, 365. So, what do you think about that? So, what you're saying, Fly Guy, is you'd like to see Maya and Shanktopus involved in the halftime show. With his 128 arms, each of which is holding an obsidian sacrifice knife, do you feel the Lord when you rip bongs? I'm not sure that's the Lord I'm feeling. Might just be an angel. Well, Eminem was featured in the Dr. Dre one, you know. I agree he could have his own one for sure. He's a little edgy perhaps, but they could get him to agree to do the less edgy ones, I suppose. All right, I will, Pimp J. Rachel and I bought tickets recently to go see the LCD Sound System concert in Bend, Oregon in May. So we've got a little trip planned for then. And yeah, I was going to bring that up actually, Acacia. I don't remember the exact date at the moment, but can I donate money to your herb/Jesus addiction? If you want, you can super chat me if you want. I actually have a lot of weed. I still have a lot of weed. What's your opinion on demons? You think they influence us by putting thoughts in our mind? No, I don't think demons put thoughts in our mind. I don't really believe in demons that aren't people. Wow, 50-50 on the poll so far. Interesting. Split right down the middle. Pure slayness. What the fuck is wrong with this generation? I don't know. You're a pure slayness, so you probably have the answer. Believing in God but not demons is having your cake and eating it too. Nuh-uh. What do you think about that, Fly Guy? I just hit you with a hardcore nuh-uh. Anybody got any aloe? Fly Guy needs it. He just got nuh-uh'd. Hey! You're a bad kitty. I had to throw my lighter at trouble because he's attacking his sister like a bad kitty. Am I famous? I mean, I'm famous among a very small amount of people, I guess. Can you be famous among a small amount of people? I don't think so. I did get recognized at the supermarket one time. Well, that's pretty famous. And there was this lady who was like, I know you from YouTube. I know your YouTube channel. And I was so excited. I'd always dreamed that one day I'd be recognized in public by some random person. And it finally happened. Pretty exciting stuff, huh? Trouble, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. You cannot possibly need more monies. Why, thanks, James Flames. What a swell person you are. Come on, kitty. Time for you to get over your bad self. Right? Don't you agree, kitty? I think so. I'm not watching you eat again right now. I'm sorry. I've watched you eat enough. So much so that it's making me want to cry. All right. I tell you guys what. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to close this poll. We're going to start another one. Another poll. All right. And then we're going to go out to the garage for a health tube. Here you see the winner of this poll is Katy Perry, 53 to 47%. All right. Next poll. Will Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce get married? Will Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce get married? Okay, James Flames. Oh, you don't want to say that. I thought you said for every rip, you'll take a rip too. You do not want to say that to me. Because I will sit here and just smoke bong rip after bong rip after bong rip. And not in order to get money out of you, but rather just because that's just how I roll. Okay, oh, everybody look. It's my last health tube. I've got plenty of butts. But I'm gonna see, this is the thing. Rachel and I need to go to town. I guess she doesn't really need to go to town with me. She gets up later than I do usually. Thing is, once I get up, I'm gonna have to go get more health tubes. Were you frightened there for a moment? Were you frightened by the darkness? Don't be scared. I'm here. I'm here to protect you. So I say yeah. I think Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will get married, but I will pose the following point. I'll make the following point, pose the following question, highlight the following conundrum, whatever you want to call it. So far in their relationship, as far as I can tell, it's been during football season the whole time. Are things going to change between Travis and Taylor now that Travis doesn't have anything to do all the time for a while? Because he'll have a vacation for a while now, probably. I mean, I know those football players are kind of train year round, but or is she gonna be like, okay, Clingy, can you stop hanging around me all the time now, Travis? Is she gonna be like that? I would say they're America's most celebrity couple. It was not possible to watch a Chiefs game in the second half of this season without seeing multiple cutaways to Taylor Swift in the audience. Yeah. Every time Travis Kelce made a big play, you knew you were going to see cutaway to Taylor Swift. And when exactly did Taylor Swift become like the world's hugest star anyway, you know? Was it when she started doing those commercials for Capital One? I think it was Capital One. All right. Let's go in. Let's see how the poll's doing. And I think I'm going to wrap this up. About ready to go back to bed. Try to sleep in as much as possible. I can't pick up the keys to the stupid area. It's dumb. So dumb. I can't pick up the keys until the earliest 10 a.m., which is when a realtor's office opens. So the bottom line is this: it's a TE problem here. Going to town, going all the way to town is a full 30 minutes to get to town. Going to Bootjack is minimum 20 minutes. So I want to go to town all at once, right? I know I'm going to have to get cigarettes when I get up. And not all celebrities are terrible human beings. They're a variety of different kind of people like everybody else, you know? All I want for Christmas is for Taylor to be Napoleon Dynamite. Huh. You want to recast Napoleon Dynamite, remake it with Taylor Swift playing Napoleon Dynamite, huh? Viv says to Admiral Mighty Buffoon, lovely to cross paths again. You're too kind. That's something you need to work on, Admiral Mighty Buffoon. You were too kind. And you need to be a lot meaner. Well, Admiral Buffoon really is too kind, huh? Thanks. Check out the channel subbed up. Well, thank you very much. You know, I may end up hitting 10,000 subs here before too long. I'm already at 9.37. And, you know, wouldn't surprise me if I hit 10K before the end of the year. Taylor's directing people here definitely helps some. And just having a lot of random people on the live streams from the shorts feed, they started that. I think that's the number one factor of all is they started putting vertical live streams on the shorts feed. So I got it. Oh, I hate my pinky toenails so much. I want to just rip them off of both of my pinkies. Good night, Freenex. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Taylor is wonderful. I'm not a jellyfish. I'm really happy for him. I'm super excited that he figured out such a perfectly ergonomically tailorized model of doing things. I think it's wonderful. We don't worship celebrities. It's insane, Lion Jr. Yeah, I'm not shitting on Taylor at all. Taylor and I are friends from way back. I've been to his house. I hung out with him. Back in the day, before he got busted, when it was fun, you know. You got it, bud. Yeah, I'll have a good one too coming on live tomorrow. Almost surely I will. I usually do. I do have other YouTube work I need to do as well, which I might. Fly guy. Provocative words. Yeah, I probably will for sure. You know, once we get the keys to this house, we'll go in there, check it out. I'm sure I'll feel a little bit adrenalized. Probably come back on the stream some more. But I do need to do other things too today. Got a lot of stuff to do today. How many of those things will actually get done today? Well, we shall see. You know, I got Adderall coming on Monday. That generally makes it tempting to just sort of put off everything until then. But hopefully I don't do that. We shall see. All right, so I think I'm going to wrap this up. Well, Lion Jr., you've got a lot of provocation as well. So, good job, you two. Let's start a crusades. Good night, everybody. I don't meet or talk with actual celebrities at all. Talking with famous people is not in. You don't take the title of the channel too literally, okay? All right, so good night, everybody. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. Thanks for being here.